about the J6 people too, though, right? That's what they're going to say on the other side. That is weaponized also.
I'm not referring to that. I'm talking about the New York trial. And now the Democrats on our side there were some that were gleeful, calling it like, now he's a convicted felon and those things. And now for our party, we were talking about criminal justice, and we are now talking about second chances. And now all of a sudden now you're like, well, he's a convicted felon and all these things. And now clearly, again, both of those trials, the Hunter Biden one and the trial in New York for Trump, that was politically motivated. And those kinds of charges would have never been brought unless one side could realize that they could weaponize.
John Fetterman, the outspoken Democratic senator from Pennsylvania, is back in the spotlight. But this time, it's not about a political issue. Known for standing strong on fairness and equal rights, Fetterman is now involved in a surprising legal fight that's catching everyone's attention, from political experts to daytime TV fans. Here's what's happening. Fetterman is taking legal action against The View co-host Sunny Hostin and the producers of the show. Yes, it's real. This isn't just some celebrity drama or tabloid rumor. It's quickly becoming a serious courtroom battle that's blowing up online and drawing strong opinions from all sides. So what led to this unexpected clash? Details are still coming out, but it's clear this is about more than just a simple disagreement. Fetterman, who has spent years speaking up for justice and fairness, believes something said on the show crossed a serious line. This situation is much bigger than it first appears. It's not just about one senator and one TV host. It's about public image, responsibility in the media, and what happens when powerful voices clash on a national stage.
And people do have sympathy for that, but a lot of people are angry with him about it. What do you say?
Oh, well, I think it's undeniable that the case against Hunter Biden was really politically motivated, but I also think it's true that the trial in New York for Trump that was political as well too. Now it's that, and in both cases, I think a pardon is appropriate, and I really think collectively, America's confidence in these kinds of institutions have been damaged by these kinds of cases, and we cannot allow these kinds of institutions to be weaponized against our political opponents. And it's very clear both trials were politically motivated and weaponized that on the other side.
John Fetterman, the Democratic senator from Pennsylvania, is known for being bold and unafraid to speak his mind. Whether it's about justice, social equality, or government issues, he has always stood his ground, even when it wasn't the popular thing to do. But now he's stepping into a completely different fight, and it's not one anyone expected. A legal battle with The View and one of its co-hosts, Sunny Hostin. This isn't just some celebrity argument or petty feud. It's something much bigger. Fetterman claims that something said about him on the show was not only unfair but harmful, and now he's taking legal action. This situation is turning heads not only in the political world, but also in the entertainment industry. It's rare to see a sitting senator sue a daytime talk show, which is why this story is getting so much attention. Fetterman's decision to sue isn't just about defending himself. He's trying to raise an important question. When someone with a large audience says something damaging, where do we draw the line between free speech and defamation? In a world where TV clips go viral within minutes and headlines are formed, from sound bites, it's more important than ever to be careful with our words, especially on platforms that reach millions. The View has a huge following. Many people take what the hosts say as truth, so when public comments are made that may be false or misleading, they can do real damage, not just to one person, but to public trust overall. Fetterman argues that the producers and hosts have a responsibility to be accurate and respectful, especially when making statements about public figures. His lawsuit isn't just about his personal reputation, it's about holding the media accountable. This is also about how media shapes opinions. One offhand comment can be turned into a headline, a meme, or a trending topic, and sometimes those things can influence how people vote, how they think, or how they treat others. That's why Fetterman's taking a stand. He wants news and entertainment platforms to be more thoughtful, more honest, and more responsible when speaking to the public. Sunny Hostin, who's been known for her bold takes on politics and culture, is no stranger to controversy. She's admired for being outspoken, but in this case, Fetterman believes she crossed a line. Whether it was just an opinion or something more damaging, that's now up to the courts to figure out. But the bigger picture here is about influence. When you're in the public eye and millions of people are listening to you, your words carry serious weight. At the heart of this case is a much larger issue that affects all of us. How do we balance the right to speak freely with the need to protect people from harm? In today's fast-paced digital world, where stories spread in seconds, the stakes are high. This isn't just Fetterman's fight, it's a reminder that with power comes responsibility. And when the media gets it wrong, someone has to call it out.
The new Netflix documentary series about New York Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers. He said he's heartbroken about friends and family cutting him off for his controversial political views and conspiracy theories. And a lot of Americans can relate to this, especially after this last election. So, do you think it happens everywhere?
What I recall about him is when he was asked about the COVID-19 pandemic, during the height of the pandemic, when people had lost loved ones, when people's family members were missing from their Thanksgiving table, like my table, he said, "I'm immunized." And as it turns out, he was not. He had done his own research. He has his Google MD like I do. And I think he said he was allergic to something in the vaccine, but he had COVID and he was in a huddle with his teammates. And I think people felt like, wow, you don't care. You're not your brother's keeper.
This could really, this
That's
could really
what I think
turn
it
me
was
against
a
football.
morality.
Are you telling me that?
On one hand, we all believe in the importance of free speech. It's a key part of living in a free country. People should be able to share their thoughts and opinions openly. But on the other hand, there's a real need to protect people from harmful or untrue comments. Striking the right balance between these two ideas is not easy, and that's exactly what John Fetterman's lawsuit is bringing into focus. His legal fight with The View isn't just about one person feeling offended. It's raising big questions about how far the media can go when talking about public figures. If Fetterman wins this case, it might change how media platforms handle similar situations in the future. This could be a major turning point in how public discussions are handled, especially in an age where news spreads fast and opinions go viral in minutes. We live in a time where a single comment on television or social media can reach millions of people instantly. That kind of influence carries a lot of responsibility. Fetterman believes The View crossed a line, and he's using the legal system to call them out. But not everyone agrees with him. Some think he's overreacting. Others see it as a bold move to hold the media accountable. This case is about much more than one TV segment. It's about how we all take in information and decide what to believe. When public figures speak, especially on large platforms, their words have power. If those words are misleading or hurtful, it can affect someone's reputation, their career, and even how the public views important issues. Legal experts are watching closely. Some believe the outcome could lead to stricter guidelines for how shows like The View discuss political figures. Others think this will blow over quickly and be forgotten. Still, as the case moves forward, it's already making waves in courtrooms, on social media, and across news outlets. One thing is certain, this isn't just a simple disagreement. It's a moment that highlights the ongoing tension between speaking freely and speaking responsibly. So, where do you stand? Is Fetterman right to stand up for himself? Or is this all just too much? Either way, this case is far from over, and the conversation is just getting started.